Hey everybody, we got a pretty unique piece today. I did a full interview with Ron Balicki. Ron Balicki has trained Lynn for over 20 years, that's right. Ron is Dan Inosanto's son-in-law, okay? They're gonna go into great detail about all that, so I'm not gonna waste your time. But it's all based off of these training pieces right here. Lynn designed the full line of them. They're not soft foam, all right? They hurt a little when you hit, but they'll still bend a little. Why do they hurt a little? Well, that's to tell you, oops, I probably shouldn't have had my hand there at that time. Let's jump out there with Ron and go through one of his lessons on disarmament using the practice pieces. I'm here with Ron Balicki, and this is the Balicki stick, but it is much more than that. Ron has 50 years of martial arts training. His father-in-law is Dan Inosanto. All right, and if you don't know what that means, I'll show you there. Fortunate enough to marry Dan's daughter. And she's a superstar. Talk about her for a second.
Yeah, she's brilliant. You might know her from Star Wars, some of you guys out there. She's in The Mandalorian. She plays the magistrate who fights Ahsoka. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, the creators of Star Wars, they were looking for somebody. They already had Gina Carano at that time, and they said, you know, we want to get somebody who really knows the weapon world, who is a martial artist, but who can act. And they started researching her, and Diana and I had, for years, they didn't know how to cast her. My wife's half Asian, half white, so she's got a look, an exotic look, but she doesn't quite look white, she doesn't quite look Asian, she doesn't quite look anything, but she made the perfect stunt double for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Filoni and Favreau seen her, and they said, let's bring her in, because we had done an independent movie called The Sensei, because no one would let Diana act, and she's a theatrically trained actress, and also because of her culture and her upbringing, a martial artist.
Yeah.
So, you know, those worlds collided, those guys seen her, and it's been a wonderful thing for her.
So tell me how you and Lynn met and how that progression went really quick.
Well, Lynn, my father-in-law, Dan Inosanto, used to be the frontman for Cold Steel. If you go look up some historical photos, you'll see him with, I think he has the Tantos. You could dig up those pictures and check it out, but you'll see him. So Lynn knew Inosanto.
And Lynn had been training in the Filipino martial arts too as well?
Yeah, he trained under one of my old partners, a guy named Felix Valencia, in an art called Lameko Eskrima, and he's had other different influences. Lynn's been around.
Yeah.
He's you know, he was way into grappling, still is. And we met at a knife tournament, and he and I, actually I think a real fight kicked off, and I think we out of all these tough guys, I think he and I ran in and kind of split it up and grabbed people. And we just started to talk, and he had heard of me and knew who I was, and he asked me to come up. He wanted to learn, and 20 plus years, he's still learning. Yeah.
Well, he's been absolutely a really neat friend of mine to get to know with the success it has. I think you said it best. Lynn always talked to me about, if you have to use your knife in one of those situations where you've never wanted to be and it fails, the only reason you ever carried that was for that reason. It cannot fail. You know, I've heard you and I've heard Bree say that Lynn is T-Rex. You know, he's short armed but very, very dangerous. And it's really funny because Lynn has told me the most dangerous soul on earth is this guy sitting right here next to me. So we're going to go into some little short training bits here, but I just wanted to give you guys a background on Ron and his history. Give you a background on how he got involved with Lynn and how they, you know, made things happen throughout the last 20 years. So Cold Steel's not Cold Steel without Lynn Thompson and that without people like Ron Balicki. So let's jump in and do some training.
So if he has a shirt drape, when he starts to go for it, I should be grabbing hands. Now, here's the thing. I go, okay, we didn't prep this, right? I didn't know this hand was going to come out. So I go, okay, let's put all my attention here. Let me just show the knife. Pull to where we sit. All right, get your hand. Let's say you got a good grab. He got a good grab. I don't try, I might try to disarm it. I don't. I usually hold his hand on. I know he'll be punching me. He'll be grabbing at my hands. That's okay. I'm going to just put that in the wrong place on him. I'm going to readjust it to where he's the receiver. Grab another knife. Get it up there. Okay, no. Back in the belt. Okay. So let's just say right now he did step one. He grabs it. Step 2, I go. Step 3, maybe he cleared my arms. It's out. Now he's running with that knife. I have no choice but to try to disarm it. It's too late for me to flee. So he was going to the backhand. If he comes up the backhand, I better be able to get to this position. Okay, now we're doing a naked technique, meaning I'm not dressing it up with hits. So this is the way we play the game, the way we look at it. I have a good ratio of success, and I got an amazing ratio of failures doing this. Okay, it's just the game. Let's dress you back up with all of them. And I'll show you why we carry something. I mean, this is the hardest part. It's worth it though, because if I do a strip, he's got to pick it up. Strip, he's got to pick it up. If it's here, he can go here. Right now, all right? Coming back in. We're going to do this drill right now. We have angles. This is a 1, this is a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It's just easier to say, Pete, throw a 1 at me, and I know that's going to come here for training's sake. Right now, he's just going to do the 5s. 2 ways that I teach first to accept it is if I have to accept it in mirror image. So if it's his right arm, my left arm accepts first. If it's his left arm, my right arm will accept first. So if we go 1, I will bump into it, grab the pad of the thumb. Now, this is really super important. If I grab here, he can articulate his wrist and move out of it and still cut. If I grab here, I like to bite into if the camera can look, that pad of the thumb right here. So when he comes in and I go bump, I grab right there. I just grip that, and that lets me eject the knife. So if the next one comes in, I accept it with the other. It's his left arm, my right arm accepts it. I'm gonna slide down, grab the pad of the thumb, eject it out. He should have another knife in hand. That's why I have so many in his hand. Be ready. So be going for that next knife. There, thumb, and then right here. This is it. So I'm just going slow with it so the camera can see it. Now, do I get stabbed during this? All the time. Do I get stabbed all the time? No. Do it to me. All right, bomb, grab it. Good. Turn it, eject. Okay, now, do it again. 1, grab it. Now, don't eject it out here. Eject it back at me.
Oh, okay.
Hold that thing. So if you get the guy, if he stabs you, if I go like that and he's got that good grip, you just go like that and just stick him with it. Okay? Go, you gotta keep going. Yes, that's it. Eject it, that's it.
Now
that's it.
Go to what he showed you.
Yeah.
Go to that.
So you know what's really nice? I'm gonna be gentle about it. Boom, like that. And you just go. It's disorientating. And they work for me.
I think as a civilian, not as a martial artist, and not as somebody that has been around anything other than street fighting, I think you were showing my son probably the most critical thing is no matter what you do, and Cody and I talk about this, when you're in that situation, you have to bring more violence to them than they're going to do to you. Your mind has to change, and you have to understand that I'm here to whoop your ass now. But the thing I liked more than anything was those follow-up shots that, okay, I shocked him, I got this, even if I knocked the knife out of his hand, let's say like that, it does no good without going here at soft tissue, pop the ears, grab the eyes, just something like that.
Yeah. Knife fighting is a relationship, okay? In relationships, here's a doctor. It isn't 100%, it's 200%. Meaning, he has to give all, I have to give all. So, and I'll put this in, you dump those, just dump those things. Okay, so right now, if Pete is here, and if I come at him with a knife, and if he's on his heels backpedaling, odds are I'll be successful. If Pete is advancing at me and I'm on my heels, odds are I'll be successful. Now, I'm not saying that I won't be successful if we both clash, but if I go and Pete goes, his best chance is done. So I'm doing this for a reason.
I know, I'm hitting this, right?
No, hit it. No, I mean, really, really hit it.
I can get to your ribs.
Get to my ribs.
Okay.
I'm looking for this. So what I'm
This is
saying
just dangerous.
No, what I'm saying is not that I'm going to fight this way.
Right.
But if you have a jacket on, if you have something loose sleeves, this is just a stick, but even a sword won't get through this.
Yeah.
And it's valid. I mean, I
just
do
took it away from
like just swing for the bleachers.
One hand or two?
I don't care.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that I'm not going to get hurt if it hits straight on the bone without that hang.
Yeah.
But this takes the bite off of a lot of things, including a blade. So that's why, like, you'll see a lot of people. What do? You know, they'll rap. Something's going to go on. You know, you see it in jails. You see it everywhere.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you know, we have to be cognizant of that. Look, the whole premise of this, Keith, is to say, what would you rather go into a knife fight with?
A gun.
Yeah. At distance.
Oh, yeah.
At distance.
Oh, yeah.
It's right here.
No, I know. Yeah.
So this right now.
Okay.
Distance equals safety.
Yes, it does.
I'm further away from you right now.
Well, Lynn talks about that with some of the big folders.
Yeah.
They're like pocket swords, the Espada, the big holdouts.
Yeah, that's why you see my EDC is this big.
Yep.
And people go, what do you carry all that for?
Yeah, in case I have to.
That's the exact reason.
All right, you got to see Ron teaching. You got to hear about his accolades, the family of martial artists, okay? You got to hear about Lynn and got to see about Lynn's dealing and how those two got together and formed the relationship that they did. You know, I've got to give away a set of these, and I'm going to add a couple Balicki sticks to it. This is going to be a pretty neat set. I'm also going to start giving away some really cool Cold Steel t-shirts. I need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I need you to go down there to the description and click the link and put your email address in there, okay? That's going to keep you in touch with us and us with you. I do have to announce the winner. The winner of the mace is Bunny Sniper 44. You need to email stick@gsmorg.com. Put in Cold Steel Sweepstakes winner in the title line right there, and we will get in contact with you, and I will get you that product. So, from Stick, from Cold Steel, from Lynn and from Ron, and the whole family, we'll see you next time.